Alright, so it's been a while since I've gone live like this. I think I'm live. I tried to do an event like I normally did before, so I'm going back to the old system of streaming. Let me just make sure this is all working. Alright. No, not open image. And while I'm double checking, I can provide a little bit of news. I've taken a step back from posting content, obviously, lately. I'm actually going to be moving away from Chicago. I'm going to be going back home to Cleveland for a little while. I've had a leg injury that's been messing with me for a while, so I'm going back to get treated for it. But I want to talk about the sex strike. And it looks like I am, in fact, live. If I can pull up the video, but YouTube is going slow as shite. I can't even pull up the video, but it looks like it's live. So I'm just going to keep going. Yeah, this sex strike is weird as hell. It was all started by, actually I can pull it up here because I'm doing things a little more simple like I had in the past. It's kind of interesting because I was trying to do a lot with the encoder software at the beginning, so that I could have like what I'm working on my computer. But like I said, I'm moving out, so I've like gotten rid of some screens. I'm getting rid of a bunch of stuff. But I'm going on Twitter right now. I forget what's the name of the she's the one who started it all. I didn't prepare for this at all. Damn, I thought I could if I just type in sex strike on Twitter, I'm sure I'll pull it up. I forgot her name. Alyssa Milano, that's who it is. So she's the one who started off this whole nonsense, and she's been tweeting nonstop. I can't even find the original one now. This chick just can't shut up. I don't know. To me, she just kind of reeks of an unmarried woman. Just she needs to make sure her opinion's heard. It's like if she had a family, she wouldn't have to like be tweeting all the time. And this is a very unpopular opinion. I know there's people who might get triggered by me saying this, but I really don't give a shit. Like if she had a family, she'd be too focused on like making her kids' lives better, or her husband, or all the people that having a family ties you into. She wouldn't have time for all this bullshit. I can't find the original tweet. Oh, here we go. Is this the first one? No, she's just been. Or I'll just type in sex strike. That's the best. That'll bring up because that's the actual tweet, not just the person. Top. Yeah, I want the top. I want the original sex strike. I didn't think it'd be this hard. Like literally, this was like a day or two ago, and I can't find the original post now because everyone's still been talking about it. Is this on the thread? The sex strike tweet has reminded people of Republican war against women. Good. These oppressive, regressive, forced pregnancy bills are now being discussed in a serious manner on our national news cycle. Good. Please read on and share if it resonates. Here's my thread. Georgia will be the fourth state to pass a 6-week ban. 15 states have introduced this legislation. Alabama is set to pass a 2-week ban. Elections matter. Okay, first off, this is state elections. Alyssa Milano, where are you from? Where are you from, girl? Let's click on you real quick. Los Angeles, go figure. Why the fuck do you care about people getting abortions in Alabama and Georgia if you don't live there? Are you such an authoritarian that you believe that people need to believe, not only believe same thing you do, but also like in their daily lives? Because not everyone has an abortion either, but they're affected by people who have them. So it's like, how do abortions in Georgia affect you in LA or Alabama abortions? Or, these people in their regions, their states are choosing the laws that govern them. And she's saying, what did she say? She's just bringing up the fact, and this is my problem with a lot of liberal agendas, is she's already declaring like the moral absolution that her side is right. None of this is decided. It's just like implied that being against the availability of abortions is inherently bad. Not one part of this has there been a discussion as like whether there's she has not played devil's advocate against her side. And that's for me. Like I was pro-choice when I was a cuck, and now that I understand like the value and the balance that needs to be struck when you have a pregnancy, there is a price you are paying. And actually, this is the whole point of me bringing up the sex strike in the beginning. This is like her follow-up tweet that I'm reading right now after everyone shit on her. She's been shit on quite a bit, it looks like. Nick DiPaolo, actually one of the comedians I follow, he had a few things. I haven't even read those segments that he's had on her. But the whole point is, and this is what made me want to do a stream on it, is I saw a post. It was from the Rick and Morty scene where the dad, Jerry, he walks out of Jerry daycare, and he's like, "I'm leaving." And the nanny there's like, "That's all it was allowed anyway." It says, when pro-choicers realize that they'll stop having sex in order to stop having abortions, and then like that's the reaction from pro-life people. That's literally the case. I guess I've beat around the bush this whole time. The whole idea of the sex strike is Alyssa Milano said, and that's why I wanted to find the original tweet, because I don't want to paraphrase, but she said that if men are going to be so oppressive to women with these abortion laws and I don't know, some other bullshit, she's like, we'll just go on sex strike. We'll stop having sex with you. And my initial reaction, because I thought it was fucking hilarious, my first thing is like, the women who are actually going to like listen to your sex strike are not the women, first off, I'm going to want to be having sex with. Not only that, the men you're trying to be spiteful and vindictive towards are not even the people who are going to receive the damage. All the damage to this is going to be collateral. All your little feminist allies, the guys who are cucking to try to get your, you know, they're repressing their logos to be a part of your group. They're not thinking straight. They're thinking what keeps them in the game. And because of that, they're going to not be in the game, ironically, is they're what they're trying to stay in for is most like, you know, I don't want to paint with too wide a brush. I'm sure there's plenty of men out there who genuinely believe some of the stuff they do, and change my mind is what I'll say. Change my mind. Tell me I'm wrong. But yeah, I'm completely off track. But I mean, this sex strike thing, I literally just typed in hashtag sex strike, and I thought I'd be able to find this original tweet, but like everyone and their mother has come out with their opinion on it, where when I look up the top one, I can't even find it. Maybe if I go into my replies, because I replied to it, and I forget what I said, because that'll actually be quicker, because I don't tweet that often. Here it is. I said, you're overvaluing your assets in the negotiation. Here it is. So on May 11th at... It doesn't show the time. We can love sex and fight for our bodily autonomy. There are lots of alternatives to cis men. Protect your vaginas, ladies. Men in positions of power are trying to legislate them. Hashtag sex strike. Oh, no, this was a follow-up tweet, too. Because that was when I said, you're overvaluing your assets in this negotiation. It's true. It's like you're saying, well, and here's the funniest thing is, and this is why the whole thing has really flown off the rails, is that there are a lot of like first generation, second generation feminists are calling out being like, wait. We did all our work as feminists so that you wouldn't only be seen as a sexual object. And now Alyssa Milano, being a third wave feminist, is like, well, if we don't get our way, we're just going to stop having sex because all we are is a sexual object. We provide nothing else to the equation. I mean, that's my implication drawn from it. But the irony is hilarious because that's exactly it. It's by going on strike, you're saying, like when workers go on strike in a company, they're saying, my value to this company is the work I'm providing. And so by going on strike, by no longer being productive towards the company anymore, I am going to hurt your bottom line. Whatever it is that you value most is not going to be available to you because I'm part of what helps you gain your value. So if you take that equation and provide it to like a relationship, or at least a sexual relationship, whether it's emotional or otherwise, it's saying you derive value from me, and I'm taking away the sex because I realize that's a major part of it and it'll motivate you. It's this backwards thinking that when you like look at the whole situation holistically, it's just a bad move. It's just a bad move. And I don't know. I'm not even looking to see if anyone's watching this live. I just wanted to record this, but feel free to comment on the YouTube video. I'm actually about to try to get off YouTube. That's the other thing. This is probably one of my last few YouTube videos. I'm gonna try to looking at BitChute and DLive, just because like the last few times I've been trying to do YouTube streams, it's just been really annoying. And like I said, just state of the channel is I'd like to get back into this, but between my leg injury, moving back home, and just some other things, it just hasn't been a focus of mine lately. And like part of me doing this is just for fun. And you know, if I have to take some time away, I just felt like it was, I don't know, felt right. But I do want to get back. Actually, I got some friends back home who said they want to do some like live stuff where they'd be here around me. So we'll see kind of how that works. But in the meantime, I've talked to a few people about being on their shows too. Would love to do that, and we'll see where this summer takes us. Looking forward to some good weather. Maybe doing some outdoor podcasts at home, because like I'm not gonna be in Chicago here anymore. Thought it'd be nice maybe have like a fire and discussion, just talk about some things. I've really been looking into shout out to Uber Boyo. He does some good content. Talks a lot about the work of Carl Jung, the idea of archetypes, and the internal struggle everyone's facing and how we project that on one another. And it's like, I look at it as like reflections of everyone else's like hero's journey, whatever it is you want to describe everyone's internal conflict as. And Jung was very perceptive about that, and I find that he's got a good take. I forget the Englishman that he works with, but they do a really good job. And they've been breaking down the book Aeon by Carl Jung, and you know, I would just look up Uber Boyo Aeon, and you'll see their discussions. Really good stuff. Instead of making content, I've been more listening to theirs. So, yeah, I think that's a good catch up. It's been like a month since I'd done something, so it's good to get back to it. And next time I do something, it'll probably be with my Bread and Games cohort, Sean Moeller, but it'll probably be in person. So, looking forward to doing that soon, and hearing from anybody who wants to participate in the conversation. Peace.